What's going on, Sumo? Chris here from AppSumo, and today we have another awesome product webinar for you today. We are joined with the team behind AppDrag, and we got Joseph here who's going to be giving us the walkthrough. We also have Steven who's going to be in the comments helping you guys out. So AppDrag is a website development platform with intuitive drag and drop customization plus full access to the source code. It's on AppSumo right now, starting off at just $69. So it's a really cool tool. We're going to be diving into it in just 1 minute. Two things I want to point out. One, if you have any questions about AppDrag as Joseph is going through this, click that Q&A button below the video so we can circle back to your questions at the end, get you guys taken care of. The second piece, if you have to pop out early for any reason, we are recording this, so we will be sending a replay out later on so you can review that, make sure you don't miss anything. But that is all I have for you guys. This is one of the highest registered webinars we've had this year. So super excited. And Joseph, thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Chris. Thank you for inviting me. And thank you for everyone also for joining this event. So I'm Joseph, the CTO of AppDrag, and I will present you Cloud CMS, our technology. And together, we're going to produce a quick landing page and collect leads and also do more advanced things thanks to our page builder. But first of all, I would just like to tell a few words about AppDrag and our history. We started this company in 2016, so 4 years ago. At that time, it was just me and another guy with crazy ideas. And now we're nearly 20 guys, remote in Ireland, Israel, France, and Canada. And we have seduced thousands of freelancer agencies and corporations across the world. So now I'm ready to start my demo, and I'm going to share my screen.
Great, and I'm going to turn off my camera. I'll pop back on at the end for the Q&A. Don't want to distract anything. And let's see. Coming through clearly, so you're good to go.
Can you see my screen? All good?
Yes.
Okay, great. So right now, I'm connected in our dashboard. The dashboard is where you have all your projects, existing projects, and where you can also create new projects. So for example, you can create new code projects that can be in a lot of popular frameworks. But we also have the page builder, and this is what I'm going to show you right now. So in the page builder, you have a lot of pre-made templates that you can use in a single click. All of them are free. Some of them are about specific categories. And right now we're going to open the landing page category. From there, you can see all the templates, and you can, for example, put your mouse above a template to see all the details of the home page. And we're going to start with a simple landing page with just one page. So you can preview the template. You can preview it in desktop or in mobile. And all of them are responsive. And here we can say, okay, now I want to use that template. So let's say I'm going to create a new project, AppSumo 1. So now it's creating the project based on that template. And this will be loaded in the page builder. And we will be able to customize everything in that template. Okay, now it's loaded. So let's start with the basics. First of all, like all the page builder is based on Bootstrap. So this means the page is divided in sections. Sections contain rows, rows contains columns, and the columns contains elements inside it, like this. And let's start with something else very basic. Let's say we want to change some text. So you just have to double click and you type, hello, AppSumo. Then, for example, you can change the style, you can change the fonts, you can change the colors, the size, all the styles of the text. Okay. Then let's say you want to have more fonts, because in that field we have only few fonts. We do support here all the Google fonts. So there is more than 800 fonts available, and you can install them just with one simple click, and it's available in your whole project. And also you can upload your own fonts. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the image. Here, for example, I have a background image. And that background image, let's say we want to change it. So we include a lot of different libraries of image like Pixabay, Pexel, Unsplash, and a lot of others. So let's say we want to change the picture and put maybe some beach. Okay, that one. Okay, so first of all, we just change the picture and we notice that the text in white is not so much easy to read. So what we can do is add an overlay. So I'm just going to check this box and now I have an overlay. I can change the color of that overlay. So let's say I want it red or orange. But for now, we're just going to keep it black because it's nice and easy to read that way. Second thing, here we have a form on the page because it's a landing page based to collect leads. So here we can configure that form and maybe change that field in first name. When you configure fields on a form, you can also add any field that you want of type text, number, text box, check box, radio button, file to upload anything. And you can tell for every field if it's mandatory or not. So I'm going to add another field, the last name, and I will just reorder this. So I ask the first name, the last name, and the email. After that, I'm going to configure the form. So we can define a target. Let's say I want to receive this. So I'm going to type an email as a target. And I can click on validate the form. When you validate a form, it's asking you to do a mapping. So all the forms that are saved can also be inserted in a newsletter list. So you can use this later to send newsletters. Okay, so now the form is validated and the red message is gone, and we can see the form on the page. When you edit a section or anything, like could be a row, a column, or an element, you have access to a list of features. In those features, there is the divider, for example. Here, I'm going to add a bottom divider. It's a kind of effect where I'm going to say, okay, I want an angle, and that angle, I want to colorize it in white. And as you can see, it's producing a nice effect, a nice visual effect. You have a lot of different divider options available in our settings. Okay, so next, just give me 1 second. Yeah, while we're there in the section options, we have a lot of different options, and all those options are available when you are on a single element or a section or on anything. So you could configure some animations. You can configure also visibility. You can say, okay, I don't want this section to be visible, let's say on mobile, but I want it to be visible on desktop. So you can adjust this very easily. And everything that you're doing is automatically responsive. We saw how to modify some context, some elements, text, and image. Now, I'm going to show you how you can add more elements to the page. So, for example, we're providing something like more than 1,000 of pre-made sections. So you can simply take one of the sections that you like and which is pre-made and available in our interface. You take it and you drop it on the page. So, for example, I'm going to take that one and I will drop it, let's say here. And here we go. We have a section ready to use and to adapt. Now, let's say you want to modify a section and add something into it. So we have a large amount of pre-made elements, and all those elements can be customized. So for example, I'm going to add a simple button, and here I have the choice to drop it exactly where I want. So now I'm just going to drop it here on the right. And that button, I can customize it. I can say, okay, I want to change the text of that button, like register now. We can also change the colors, the text, the borders, all the styling of the button, of course. We can add icons and everything. And we can also set actions and links. So for example, here in our first section, I'm going to set an ensure. So here I go to link, I type in the ensure name form, and I go back to my button here, I double click on it, and I'm going to set a link that will bring to the form ensure. So when someone will click on that button, it will bring us here. So now maybe we can try this quickly in preview. Yes, it's working. So now I would like to show you another feature we have. It's the translate option. So here, when you translate a page, you indicate in what is the original language of your page. Here it's English. And what's the target language you want to translate to. So here I'm going to translate it to French. So as you can see, our translation assistant have detected all the content in the page. So you just have to click pre-translate. This will pre-translate all the page with Google Neuronal Translate. And then we can directly preview it in the translated language. So hello AppSumo become bonjour AppSumo. And everything on the page is translated. You can also drop on your page a language selector to allow the customer and the users to select exactly which language they want and not based on the computer configuration. Okay, next, let me check what I want to show you. Okay, everywhere you have the full access to the source code. So you can edit the source code of a full section or just of a simple element as well. We also have a code editor where you have a full source code edition of the whole project. So every page, every CSS, every HTML file, every JavaScript file, everything. Another thing I would like to show you is the page options. Here we have a lot of settings, and some interesting ones are the SEO settings. From here you can change the title, the meta description, the OJ image URL, and you can also open the SEO Assistant. I'm going to open this, and we can see that by default the scoring is really bad because there is a lot of mistakes. And the SEO Assistant will make you like recommendation about things to change. So it's telling you, okay, you should use more words that have been detected on the page. So here we have a lot of lorem ipsum because it's do-me content, just as a sample. But if I type some of the words that appear in the keywords, top words, we can see that the rate is changing because we do have a longer meta title and we do use some top keywords. So you have the same thing for the headings, H1, H2, H3 and everything, and all the content with P, div, and also the image, where we recommend you to add some alt tags and everything. All the good practice to rank well. Okay, there is really tons of other features that we have in the page builder, but I don't have, unfortunately, the time to show you everything. I would like to show you some other things. So we're going back right now to the dashboard. And on that dashboard, you can see all the metrics about your project, like the storage, bandwidth, and statistics. So here you will see the number of page views, visitors, bots, and forms submitted, and everything. From here, you also have a lot of configuration options, like to activate a main domain and SSL, to configure Google Analytics in a single click. You just have to copy paste your code here. You can also configure the URL rewriting, URL redirection, indexed page, and all the settings, advanced settings like minification, lazy loading of image, cache duration, and specific HTTP headers. From there, you also have access to all the other modules. What we saw just before was the page builder, but we also have the blog editor that we can open quickly. In the blog editor, first of all, I would like to say that you have the possibility to import posts from CSV. So if you have WordPress, you could be able to export all your posts to CSV with a WordPress plugin and then import them here directly. You can also export everything to CSV. Then if we edit an article here, you can edit everything like the title, the description, the author, the date, the categories, the tags, and of course, the article content. From here, you are able to insert image, videos, iframe, anything that you need inside a blog article. Another interesting feature is you are able to translate all your blog article. Our shop module works exactly the same, so you can manipulate all the products and you can also translate them. Then we have a newsletter builder. It's working exactly the same way as the page builder, but in that case to edit newsletters and not page. Then we have the cloud backend. In the cloud backend, you can create database. You have also the API builder where you can create advanced cloud function with our templates. Then we have the code editor where you can edit the full source code of your website. And you also are able to export your whole website as a zip archive if you need it. So you can download everything in a single click from here. And you can also, of course, edit your files directly from there. I would like to say a few words about Cloud Backend. Cloud Backend is some kind of really specific technology we are offering. This way, you are able to really do more than just landing page and showcase website. You can create functions in a lot of different languages, including Visual SQL, so without any code. And when you select an advanced language like Node.js, for example, we provide a huge range of templates to do usual things like I would like to send an HTML email, I would like to generate a dynamic page, I would like to insert rows in the database, or what else, export to Excel, or generate a QR code, or connect to a remote system. Everything is possible thanks to the cloud backend. In our roadmap, what we have for the next few months is to improve our page builder with more features and make it easier, and also add a lot more templates that will be free. All the templates that we provide are all free. Okay, so I think I'm done with the main demo. Chris, should we handle the questions now?
Maybe you can talk about domains.
Okay, yeah, sure. We also allow you to purchase or transfer domains to us, and we handle 450 domain extensions. So directly from here, you will be able to purchase a .com, a .net, .org, and 400 domain extensions. We have some of them that are really cheap, starting at less than $3 per year for the registration of the domain. And then you will be able to manage your domains attached to a project and also configure everything on that domain. For example, you can open the DNS editor here and edit all the DNS entries on your domain. You can also configure the email forwards at the same place. So what's really cool is you can do everything from A to Z on the project, like creating the project, hosting the project, having the SSL security on your project, configure like having a database, an API, a front end, a back end, collecting leads, transforming, generating PDF, anything. The goal is really to be open and to allow you to do everything and never be blocked by something we have not talked about. So this is why we are giving so much power to our user.
Maybe you can talk also about the share button to share project to your...
Oh, sure. Yeah. When you are inside a project that you own, so I'm going to open another project, maybe that one. Yeah, I'm the owner. You are able to share that project to some other people. So you just have to type an email, the email address of the people that you want to share with, and then you can affect permission to that user. So you can say, okay, that one is an admin, he have all permission. Or that one have access only to the page builder, but not to the publish function. So he will be able to modify the website, but not publish the changes. And so on for every feature that we have, like the blog, the shop, the form, the code editor, newsletter, backend, front end, everything. Okay. Steven, anything else?
Yeah, what about the white label?
Yeah. We do have a white label where you can set up a custom logo, favicon, domain name, and like a brand name and support email and everything. And as soon as you set up this, you will have a white label version of AppDrag with your own color, logo, and everything. So I can show you a white label version of our technology for another customer. The customer here is Atos. They have a lot of professional application that they're creating for internal and external use. And all of them are in white label with their own branding, own subdomains as well. Like all the apps are created on the subdomain. Okay. Steven, anything else you have in mind?
I think from here is all right. We have already a question.
Okay.
So maybe Chris, do you want to start the question?
Let's finish up with the demo if you have any more to go through, Joseph, and then we can circle through on the questions.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm okay for now for the demo because the other part is like cloud backend and it's a lot longer.
Okay, that's fine. Before we jump into the questions, and once again, everybody on here, if you do have any questions about this tool before we dive into them, feel free to drop those in the Q&A box below the video. But before we do that, Steven, would you mind Joseph, navigating over to the AppSumo deal page and going through what's included in this deal on AppSumo?
Sure. Here we are. Okay, so the first offer, the single offer, is 5 websites for 1 code. Usually, this offer costs hundreds of dollars, like $600 per year, and we are selling it for just $69. To let you know, guys, this is basically our cost. The goal here is to spread the word and to have a lot more feedback and word of mouth. So jump on this. This is a crazy deal. Also, we have sweetened the deal by including free SSL also for external domain names. And usually we are charging $50 for this. And this is completely included and free for all your projects on AppDrag with this AppSumo deal. And so if you purchase more codes, like you can stack up to 10 codes here, then for each code, you get 5 additional websites. And with the 10 codes, you will get 50 websites. And each website is a pro website that we are usually selling for $200 a year. Chris, anything else you would like to mention about this?
No, that's great. Thank you for going through that. And lastly, do you guys have anything on your roadmap that you wanted to go over? Is there anything exciting that you wanted to share about what you guys are working on for the future of AppDrag?
Sure. We have so many projects on our roadmap. Because of that, we are hiring a lot recently. What we have really next is the real-time part. So what will happen in few weeks is we will enable the real-time features. So when you will be in the page builder with coworkers, it will be a little bit like in Google Docs. So you will see the other mouse cursor and actions, and you can work together at the same time on the page. Could be in the page builder, in the database editor, and also in the API and code editor. So basically everywhere you will be able to work in collaboration in real time on the same file and the same page. Another feature we have for the few next months, I think it's for this summer, is we will offer also an on-premise deployment. So you will be able to deploy with Docker on your own servers. What else in our roadmap? A lot of templates, of new templates, and also of application templates. This means the new templates will include a front end, but also a back end, a database, and all the authentication system and features that are required in the application template. I think this is a major thing because all the other systems we see on the market are just front-end templates. And here we will offer full application template that you can duplicate, modify as much as you want easily with our tools.
Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. Well, let's dive into some of the questions that we have here. I'll jump back in. Okay, let's see. How are the domains hosted by you? And if so, what is the cost?
So about the domain, we have a page with all the domain pricing. Because there is 450 domain extension, it's hard to answer quickly. But for example, for the .com, the price for registration, transfer, and renewal every year is $12.85 per year. And to let you know, this is cheaper compared to GoDaddy. We have a lot of national extensions and also cheap extensions that you can register for, some of them really cheap. And if you want the full list of price, you can check appdrag.com/domains.html.
The good point is also you can, if you want to keep your domain to your old registrar, you can keep it over there and just do a redirection to us.
Yeah, absolutely. You are not forced to transfer. If you want to keep it with your current registrar, it's totally possible. And you can just point your domain to AppDrag to host your website.
Perfect. And another question I'm seeing about any additional fees would be regarding the e-commerce section of the app. Is there any additional fee associated with utilizing the e-commerce features?
The e-commerce feature is completely included in this deal for every website. Awesome. So there is no additional fees, and there is also no limits in terms of users, transaction, a number of products in the shop. Everything is unlimited.
Awesome. Great. Okay, so Laura is asking, I want to change my website platform, but will AppDrag work for multi-page websites? I have a lot of pages, like 100 of them, or is it best for one-page websites like landing pages?
Absolutely, it will work with multiple page websites. We have some customers with hundreds of pages inside the website, and we also have some customers with tens of thousands of pages, but they don't handle them as static pages, but use the database to generate those pages.
Awesome, great. Okay, we have another one. Can I import an existing WordPress website, and can I install an open source website like Drupal?
Unfortunately, no, because the technology is really different. Like WordPress and most other CMS are based on PHP, and we are based on serverless Node.js. For that reason, we cannot import PHP-based websites.
Okay, great. And how do you handle security against malware and bots?
Mm-hmm. So, first of all, about our technology, we are focusing a lot on security and performance. Security is really our main concern. So, since 2016, we didn't add a single website hacked on our platform. Why is that? Because the way it's done, we don't rely on external plugins that have core access to your website and everything. So we don't have the opportunity to have this kind of security issue and vulnerabilities. So in fact, we are really immune to most of the attack vectors that exist over websites.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great. All right, Peter is asking, how are the 5 websites counted? Is it by project, by site hosted? Do landing pages count against the 5? And will the renewal cost be the same?
Okay, yeah. So about that, every project counts as one unit. And at any time, you can attach or detach a project from your offer. So let's say you have a project and tomorrow the customer is not paying you anymore. So you can just detach it. It will become unavailable, like disabled, but you can reaffect that credit, that unit, to another project. And it's the same if you do a landing page or e-commerce, it's still counting as one unit. And so the renewal price will be exactly the same, $69 per year for 5 websites. And if you stack multiple codes, you can renew as well for the same quantity.
Awesome, great. Okay, Laura is asking, is the shopping module robust? In other words, how would it compare to Shopify, for example? Are there bells and whistles, or is it more bare bones?
Okay, to let you know, when we developed this module, we took a lot of inspiration from Shopify. So it's kind of close enough, maybe less advanced than Shopify, but the good thing is you can hack it. You can customize it with CSS and JavaScript.
Okay, great, cool. And Laura is also asking, is it $69 a year correct? And the AppSumo deal is $69 lifetime access, but as you mentioned, there are some ongoing costs for I guess for the domains, but then the e-commerce platform, you said that is all included?
Yeah, it's not a lifetime deal. It's a
Excuse
yearly
me, sorry.
Yeah, it's a
Go
yearly
ahead.
deal, and indeed, the price is per year for the 5 websites, indeed.
Great, I apologize. 69 a year, not 69 lifetime, my bad. Okay,
Yeah.
All right, that answers your question, Laura. Barbara is asking, let's see, I asked it, why if we build a site with AppDrag and download it, is there not an option to import it again? I'm not quite sure what she's asking, but maybe you understand.
If you export it from AppDrag, then you can re-import it into AppDrag. And it will still work with the page builder. But usually what users try to do is to import a website not made with AppDrag and try to edit it with the page builder. And unfortunately, this will not work. But if the project come from AppDrag and you have exported it, no problem. You will be able to re-import it.
Awesome. Great. Okay, we have a question about what payment methods are allowed in the e-commerce.
Okay. Currently, what we have is Stripe and PayPal, but we have in our roadmap plans to add many more. Also, thanks to our cloud backend, right now you are able to implement more payment provider by yourself or a developer that you know. But yeah, we do have plan to add way more by default, natively.
Awesome. Great, great. Okay, somebody is asking, they sell coaching products. So if they're not necessarily doing like an e-commerce business, but they sell more service offerings, is there a way for them to use this as well?
Yeah, we do have like payment buttons that are really easy to use without any code and that support subscription. So technically, you could handle this kind of business with payment button configured with subscription mode. So this way it will be kind of basic, but you can do it without any code. If you want to invest and do something better, you can by yourself implement it better thanks to the cloud backend, or even ask our team. We have a team named Accelerator Team that can make some development for you for a cost. It's not free, but we work really quickly and it's pretty cheap.
Excellent. And if somebody's using this for a couple of years and they decide to that it's no longer for them and they want to cancel their subscription, how would that work? Would it cancel immediately? Would it end at the beginning of their next term? How would that function?
When you cancel your subscription, it will cancel it at the end of the purchase credit. So you will still be able to enjoy your subscription until the end of it.
Great. So if you okay, yep, makes sense. So Peter is asking if we export it, I guess a website or a page, if we export it, does it still count against the five websites?
No, if you export it, no problem. It's not active anymore after that if you remove it, and you can do something else. Yeah, definitely, with the credit.
Okay, awesome. Samuel is asking, is there a way to roll back changes?
Yes, we do have, maybe I can show this. What do you think?
Sure.
So if I go back to a website, I don't know. Let's go to the one where I was, AppSumo. So I'm going to show it in a few seconds, but just to explain it, all the actions that you're doing can be in the page builder or the code editor are automatically creating an intermediate version. And so you are able to view all the previous version of your page, preview it, and restore it in one click. So yes,
cool. Easy
you
enough.
are able to roll back anything. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right, what languages does AppDrag support?
You mean the languages to edit? I'm going to show you. This is all the list of language we support. So French, English, Italian, Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese, Netherlands, Ivrit, Japanese, Chinese, and all that. Yeah. And Russian.
Perfect. Cool. Bobby is asking, how does email forwarding work?
Okay, I can show you that. So if I go to the domains and I click on one of the domains, let's say that one, what we can see here is we are able to create an address on a domain, let's say info@avastan.fr here. And what I can do is I can say, okay, this email info@avastan.fr, I want to send it to my real email at gmail.com. So you are able to create an alias and forward it to one or several target emails. This is what it is exactly. Okay.
Easy enough. Great. Someone is asking, can I stack additional licenses after the AppSumo deal closes if I've already purchased a single license?
No.
Got to get it on the AppSumo deal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I recommend you to stack them right now.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great deal. So if this is something you think you can use, if you need the multiple licenses, I would definitely recommend getting all of those in there. Again, it's all backed by the AppSumo 60-day guarantee. So yeah, get as many as you think you'll need, because we're not sure when or if this will be coming back to AppSumo anytime soon, if ever. All right, another question. Do you have pop-ups that you can use, or can you use external services on the websites?
You can use any external services, and I would like to show you this. So here, when you're in the page builder, we have a source code section, and you can just take a block of source code and you drop it somewhere on your page. And from there, you can double click and paste there the provided code by your third-party service. And about the pop-up widgets, this is something we have also in our roadmap to provide a direct pop-up widget integration. But in the meantime, you are welcome to use like any third-party service with our block of codes.
Awesome. Very cool. Okay, Dale is asking, would it work to copy the code from a previously created site and paste it into a new site with AppDrag?
Absolutely, absolutely. First of all, at any time here, you are able to copy a section. Let's say I just want to copy that part. So I can copy and paste it a little bit later on the same page, or I can also paste it on another website or another page, another project. I can also copy a whole page or even copy a whole project. Like here in one click, I can duplicate a whole project. But you can also do that just for one page or just one part of a page.
Okay, great. All right, if somebody, is there a bandwidth limit? And if so, what is the cost of exceeding that limit?
Okay, yeah. Every project will include 25 gigabytes of bandwidth per month. And if you need additional bandwidth, you can purchase it. It's like not so expensive. For $5, you can get 20 additional gigabytes, and for 25, you get 100 gigabytes. And these credits do not expire. You can use it over 6 months, 1 year, whatever you need.
Great. Okay, if I decide to cancel my subscription after a year or two and then decide to restart the service, will I continue to pay $69 per year, or will it go back up to the regular price?
If you stop your subscription with the deal, you mean?
Yes.
If you completely stop it, no, you won't be able to re-enable it. But what we said in the comments is like, if you want to downgrade, this is possible. And if later you want to re-upgrade to your original number of stacked code, this is also possible.
Great. Okay. So, but if you cancel your AppDrag subscription completely, then you're going to have to rejoin it at full price. So
yes,
it's the reason why if you see any use for it, it would make sense to maintain your subscription with AppDrag.
Absolutely. For awesome. A ridiculous price of less than just one app at our regular pricing.
Great. Well, that makes perfect sense. And that is the end of the questions that we have and the time that we have for today. So Joseph, I appreciate you bearing with us. I know we had a ton of questions on here. I think people are really excited about AppDrag, and I know the whole AppSumo team and the SumoLink community are really excited to have this on AppSumo as well. So thank you and your team for putting this together and working with us on this. And SumoLink's on here. I hope you saw how powerful AppDrag can be for getting these websites, landing pages, your e-commerce stuff all set up and running. You know, beginning of the year, getting going. This is a great place to start. Again, it's available on AppSumo right now, starting off at just $69 for that first license for 1 year access. And it renews at $69 every year as well. So super cool tool. Again, it's all backed by the AppSumo 60-day guarantee. So, you know, feel free to play around with it, get those licenses stacked. And if you have any questions, you can drop those on the AppSumo deal page. You can hit up the AppDrag team directly. But yeah, Joseph, Stephen, thank you guys both so much for hopping on here and sharing this with the community today.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Awesome. Great. Thank you guys very much. I'm sure we'll be talking soon. And SumoLinks, thank you for joining us this afternoon as well. Everyone take care and have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.